Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Weiss Ratings has given XRP a rating of C+. Yay, average student in school. Oh, come on. This is kind of silly here. Just wait till I show you the metrics and like how they're tracking things and how they're comparing XRP within their own little rating system they concocted to other cryptocurrencies. I'm not so sure that I'm on board. And it's not that Weiss Ratings is necessarily blatantly outright trollish against Ripple and XRP these days. They kind of were earlier. Maybe it was unintentional. I don't know. But I respectfully, I want to state this, I'm trying my best to say, I question the value of the service that is being provided here. And I think you're going to see why as I run through this. And it's not all bad news, I'm not saying that even. Let's just go ahead and dig in. Well, before we do, though, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead, treat yourself, girl, by subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel, the bestest channel in all of YouTube. So here we go. Let's go. Here's the first article, all right, that I want to cover. Ripple's on-demand liquidity and XRP are tools for making better remittance system, says Weiss Ratings. Now, I got to give a shout-out to David J. Crespo on Twitter, who tagged me in this link to this article. So a shout out to you, good sir. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And then you got Weiss Crypto Ratings. Look, you got 22,300 followers on Twitter, so it's not nothing, not massively huge, but they're trying to position themselves as like the go-to source for crypto ratings and all that nonsense. Let's dig in here so we can talk a little further about the specifics. As Ripple and its on-demand liquidity product powered by XRP are expanding their global presence, it has now caught the eye of the Weiss Ratings agency. In its recent tweet, Weiss Ratings points out that Ripple's on-demand liquidity and XRP are aiming to create a liquidity pool of $2 trillion to solve the current issues of the global remittance system. Here we go. Weiss Ratings Agency has admitted that Ripple's ODL and XRP have a chance to build a better remittance system to be used globally, thus solving the issues of the current system of remittances. And so here's the quote, November 27th, 2019, from Weiss Crypto Ratings. Ripple intends to use XRP to fuel a global remittance replacement system called on-demand liquidity, which would deploy the token to create a $2 trillion pool of liquidity to help overcome issues plaguing the global remittance system. Now, as far as where they got that number, there was a recent interview with Brad Garlinghouse, and he was talking about how they ultimately plan to reduce Nostro-Vostro accounts, right? Which is the pre-funding of accounts that makes the movement of money around the world possible. Currently, that number is estimated to be at $10 trillion. And in an interview, he said we want to bring that down to $9 trillion and then $8 trillion. And that's where he stopped saying numbers. But obviously, to whatever degree they're capable of eliminating or reducing the need for Nostro accounts, they're going to do it. So it doesn't mean they're stopping at 8. So I think that 10 minus 8 is 2. I think that's where they got this number here, the $2 trillion number. But again, and I mentioned this in a video when I talked, because I actually did cover that. There's no, it doesn't mean that XRP replaces, how do I word this right even? So the idea behind getting rid of these Nostro accounts is not that you have the equivalent value of it somewhere else. It's that you just have on-tap liquidity. That how fast XRP is, it can move all over the place. You don't need to have $2 trillion worth of XRP is what I'm trying to get at there. So it doesn't work that way. Now, you do need massive pools of liquidity. I just want to make sure that it's understood that you don't need to have $2 trillion of it. It moves quick enough that it doesn't have to be worth that to replace that much of the Nostro accounts, right? Anyway, the biggest use case for on-demand liquidity fueled by XRP so far is MoneyGram and the corridor for remittances to Mexico via the Bitso exchange, the largest in Latin America, right? Okay, now, let's get in a little bit further into what they had to say here on, here's what I wanted to pull up. This is from Daily Hodl, the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP lead surprising list of top cryptocurrencies from Weiss Ratings. Okay, Weiss Ratings has released an updated list of its leading cryptocurrencies. The financial ratings agency is now tracking 125 crypto assets, ranking each based on its level of technology and adoption, as well as the risk-reward potential for investors. And this is an interesting rating system. Check this out. Although the ratings go from A+ to E-, E, none of the coins on the list have an A rating. Bitcoin and Ethereum both earn a B-, with Bitcoin gaining a slight edge on the risk-reward factor. And let me scroll down a little bit, and you can see they have a screen grab of those top three right there. XRP comes in at third with a C+. This was so hysterical to me. It garnered a slightly lower score than Bitcoin and Ethereum in both the technology adoption and risk-reward categories. Okay. This is where it's like, and they admit this too. I think I had this pulled up here. Did I not have their, oh yeah, so here's their actual website. I think I found it under their About section. It just popped in my head. But they talk about their criteria and like how they're determining what. And so here you go. Important caveats. And so they talk about how they come to their conclusions here. And I don't want to read through all this, but I want to give you some highlights here. There's one in particular that you need to be aware of because it's not based on fact. So caveat 1, do not misunderstand the Weiss rating score. They want to make sure that you know that it's from A to E-, whatever the hell they said it was, not A to C, as is the case apparently traditionally with businesses like theirs. They rate on a scale of A to C. So anyway, whatever. Then they want you to know that there are no safe cryptocurrencies. That's fun. They want you to know that frequent ratings changes are a thing. And caveat number 4, and this is the important one I wanted to share with you, is opinion. So here's what they have to say about this. Although Weiss crypto ratings are based on objective analysis free of conflicts of interest, they should not be interpreted as be-all, end-all evaluations. Every grade issued by any rating agency is ultimately an opinion to be used by the public in the context of opinions from analysts, developers, and users. So cool that they acknowledge that, but that's why when I go back to here, I want to highly question their opinion. Like, this is, to me, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so look, here's one of the categories. Tech/adoption grade. Okay, so Bitcoin has an A, Ethereum has an A, XRP is a B+. The reason that I pause there for just a moment is because I wanted to cite this too. They have the currency listed as Ripple, not XRP. I did want to highlight that. And it's hard for me to take any entity seriously if they're rating cryptocurrencies and they don't even know that the currency is not Ripple. That is a fintech startup in San Francisco, not a currency. So it's already there. It's kind of tough for me to take it too seriously. But here's what's rich as far as this goes. To me, I know what's rich. In terms of tech adoption, so again, like I said, Bitcoin A, Ethereum got an A, Ripple, again, it's XRP, but they wrote Ripple, got a B+ in this category. Yet, XRP is the only cryptocurrency used in the commercial production of anything. But in terms of actual tech adoption, Bitcoin and Ethereum are listed above. Never mind Bitcoin, its initial use case as a replacement for fiat currency. Never mind that has absolutely failed. I mean, you can see if that changes over time with Lightning Network, which I'm not going to get into in this video. I'm highly skeptical of that. I really doubt it. Then you've got Ethereum. Who's using Ethereum for anything other than speculation at this point? And then you've got actual adoption occurring for the first time with any cryptocurrency ever, and it gets a B+. What the hell? And then you've got risk-reward grade. And this is why I'm just questioning that. I'm glad that they're open about, hey, opinion plays a role in this. Cool. But let me share with you my opinion, because there's the risk-reward grade. Bitcoin got a D+, Ethereum got a D, and XRP got a D-. So, this is what I want to go to. In terms of the risk-reward, what is their investment thesis? Because you know what mine is if you listen to more of one of my videos. It's that utility matters and will win the day. Cryptocurrencies being used is what will ultimately allow for staying power. And cryptocurrencies will be here forever, and there will be certain winners. And so Bitcoin and Ethereum have a greater risk-reward score compared to XRP, even though they're not being adopted. And so what is the investment thesis? That's what I really want to know. Somebody help me with this. Somebody, it's like, I want to believe that they're operating in good faith. I just disagree with them. I think, and I'm okay with that. That's like, to me, I kind of want to yell at them and be like, go home, Weiss Ratings, you're drunk. But I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. All right, I'm really not mad. I'm just disappointed in you, Weiss Ratings. But it's okay. everybody's got their own opinions. That's it for me in this one, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!